things started. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Lobos offense will get... Swing of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will...
Makes the catch down the right side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And so much for feeling each other out for a few plays. These guys come out spinning it.
All gas, no brakes. Come in and spin the magic bean on the opening.
Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39.
And man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they gave up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in the individual.
And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. A stop here would really bail out this defense after they were put in a tough spot. Under fire! Finds his man. It's blocked. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
The Aggies offense will take the field for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can...
Turning it on! He's at the 40. At the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico State.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab at the 30. Here he goes. Touchdown, New Mexico. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times Touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
T-unit on the field. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14. Using his legs, it's Peoples. Got the first down and still on his feet. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Right down the middle. Working that left side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Patterson. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means...
There he goes! Smashes ahead. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the period, and New Mexico has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. Throwing right. Pulls it in. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. And the Aggies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Aggie! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Lobos in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Grab in the backfield. It's McKinney. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Key. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Lobos will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Now on the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. They go to the ground. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking to throw, it's Patterson. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. They go to the wide receiver screen. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Pass interference, offense.
A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. On the run, it's Peoples. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the ball comes to rest right there.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing, and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Finding open areas. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minutes of the first half.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Lobos will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes with the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that.
Brings it to the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Got the first down, looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off play action on first down. Looking deep down the right side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but not able to come away with the completion.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It'll be third and long. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. And the Aggies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies.
I love fullbacks. They do such a good job. They're so unselfish, and I love when you throw them a bone near the goal line. Everybody knows it's coming. All the beef in the game. Give him the football. He does the rest. Reward the big fella for all his hard work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Rushes on him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Using his legs, it's McKinney. Across the 10, got it out to the 14. That's a gain of 5.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Lobos line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Lobos moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback correct.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes a catch on the right side. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll move the tight end. They'll keep it on the ground. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. New Mexico State to the line after picking up the 1st down. The give on the outside. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They've reeled off off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.